Howdy, howdy, everybody. Welcome back to the garage for day 5 of progress on the Porsche 914 project. First thing we did this morning was remove the strut. We got the rear suspension to swing freely, and we're going to test fit these Jongbloed 16x7 wheels. This one is intended to be the front wheel, but we're just checking to see some fitment here. There you can see we got minimal clearance in the fender, almost rubbing there. Plenty of room on the inner half. If you want to go wide on one of these 914s with GT fenders, looks like the way to go is to add some diameter to that inner rim half. This is what we intend to run on the rear. This is a 16x8. It actually is 16x9 from edge to edge, but 8-inch tire diameter. We're gonna try to fit this thing in there. I imagine it's gonna hit with our limited clearance there on the 7, but we currently have these god-awful aluminum 4 to 5 lug adapters, which add about an inch here. So hoping that if we remove that and find a way to convert this car cheaply from 4 lug to 5 lug, we might be able to stick that wheel in there with a little bit of trimming of that fender. So hopefully we can achieve that. Not sure what to do with the brakes. To be honest, I have a Wheelwood sponsorship through my Can-Am program, and I wanted to run their 914 brakes. However, it's a 4 lug, which makes that wheel useless unless we go back to an adapter. So not sure why Wheelwood kind of made a product that I don't think anybody was interested in. I think if they would have made a 914 5 lug kit, that thing would have been very successful. But what are your thoughts? Should we go with some OE Porsche stuff with struts and hubs on the rear, or just go to a 4 lug and leave it kind of the stock braking system? I am super on a budget. I need to get this car on the ground ASAP. So don't really have any money to spend on additional brakes. If anybody locally has any struts or any 5 lug conversion parts, please let me know. Anyways, we'll go ahead and throw this rear wheel on and give you guys a show and tell of what that looks like on the car. All right, here's a look at the Jongbloed 16x8 on the rear of the 914. And unfortunately, not much clearance as we expected. Right in line with the fender there. We do get to remove potentially 1 inch if we remove that 4 to 5 lug adapter. But man, that wheel looks good on there. I really like the way this looks. Run a 245 in the back and a 225 in the front was the goal. The fronts look good. The fronts look like they have plenty of room, but the rear is the issue. So what do you think? Should I sell these wheels and go with something different, or do you think we're within range? And then what would you do with brakes? I mean, to be honest, I was trying to leave this thing as close to stock as I could. And just get it running, worry about performance and that kind of stuff later. All right, here's a look at that same 16x8 inch Jongbloed wheel. Same components, we just reconfigured it as we swapped that wheel center here to the outside of the rim halves. That gave us a little bit more clearance. Beautiful modularity. Now that allows us to tuck the rim all the way up into the fender without impact. Jongbloed Wheels, California, really nice brand, lightweight wheels. They got a bunch of components available locally. They got fantastic styles. Yeah, still up in the air on whether I'm gonna use this wheel or not, just because of the brake system. I did want to use the Wheelwood brakes. However, it limits us to 4 lug options. And yeah, unless we can get a cheap 5 lug conversion, I think we unfortunately might not use these wheels and might look into something different. But there's a look at the reconfigured 16x8s. All right, I must admit, I got pretty excited after getting the 16x8 in there. This is the one that had the center on the outside of the rim half, so that got us a little extra spacing in the rear. We went ahead and removed this wheel spacer. You can see how thick it is. And with our bolts and the configuration now we got the wheel now to fit in there with about 8 millimeters of gap in there. So yeah, what do you think? Is that enough gap for you guys? Do you guys feel comfortable with that? Maybe we can cut a little bit off of there and give ourselves 10 or 12 millimeters. that's it with the Youngbloods. Beautiful modular wheels. All right, here's a comparison of a replica Fuchs wheel I have. This is, I believe, a 15 by 8. You can see this has actually phenomenal clearance. Got it tucked all the way in there. Nice gap. These are on 195 tires, and you can see nice big clearance in there. Just not a fan of these. I worked on vintage Porsches for so long. I'm just tired of seeing this look. If anything, I want to go with some vintage hubcaps. I think that would look kind of cool on this. Yeah, what do you guys think? That's a look of the Fuchs on the back of the 914 with the GT flares. All right, and just for fun, we threw on a Hoosier Bite 15-inch tire on a KMC 15-inch wheel there. This is what we run on our off-road car. What a fantastic look that is. Man, Class 11, 914, that would be legit. This is the tire there on our Can-Am. These have fantastic grip. We get them from Hoosier Tire West. We got some Kaiser Racing wheels on the Can-Am. But yeah, it's like the same wheel and tire combination basically on the back of the 914. Anyways, thanks for watching. Enough playing around here. I gotta get back to work, get you guys some more content. I gotta go pick up some parts, and we'll continue our progress. Auf einen abgesteckten Kurs testen Sie Fahrwerk und Reifen. Andersen fährt hier auf einer Asphaltstraße mit Speckreifen. Der Reifenfrage kommt bei dieser Winterprüfung eine entscheidende, ja oft die entscheidende Bedeutung zu.